Hi guys, today we're going over lesson 21 for second grade math. So today we're going to start off with place value, but now we have these tables given to us and we're going to fill out the hundreds, tens, and ones given in each number. So let's start with number 5, which will be our first example. We have the number 146 given to us and we're going to divide that number up by putting each digit into either hundreds, tens, or ones. So let's start with ones. If you look right here, this is the ones place, right? So that's where the 6 is, so there are 6 ones in this number. So let's cross that out since we've already used it. And then if we move on, right here we have 4. This is the tens place. So we have 4 tens in this number. And then lastly, we have the hundreds place, we have a 1 here. So we have 100 in this number. So if you were to use the base 10 blocks to make this number, you would have 100 block and then 10 blocks and then 6 1 blocks. So that's what this table is doing. It's dissecting it into numbers. So we have 100, we have 4 tens, and 6 ones. Let's do the same thing with number 2 right here. We were given the number 61. We're going to do the same thing we did up there for number 5. So let's start with the ones place, which is right here. We have a 1 in the ones place. So we'll put a 1 right here. And then we move on to the next digit. We have a 6 in the tens place. So we have 6 tens. And if you look here, this would be the... Okay. We have a 6 tens, and then this would be the hundreds place, but we have nothing here, so that's just a 0. So there are 0 hundreds, 6 tens, and 1 ones in the number 61. So that's how you solve these types of problems. Now let's move on to estimating length. The directions say to measure each object shown and estimate to the nearest centimeter. So we have different objects. We have like a pencil and a matchstick, and we're given a ruler for each question, and we're going to measure it and estimate to the nearest centimeter. If you look here, this ruler is given in centimeters. So the space between the 0 right here and the 1 right here, this is 1 centimeter. From 1 to 2, this is another centimeter. So if you start from here and here, then you end here, then you have 2 centimeters. So what we're going to do is we're going to align the end of this matches the end of the nail is at the end of the ruler at the 0 mark, which is where we're supposed to start. We don't start at the end of the ruler, we start at 0. And then we'll find the end point of the nail. If we go down here, the nail ends around right about here. Sorry, it's a little messy. Right about here. It goes a little over, but it says to estimate to the nearest centimeter, and this is closest to 5. So we have 1 centimeter, 2 centimeters, 3 centimeters, 4 centimeters, and 5 centimeters. So the nail is 5 centimeters long. Now let's try this again with another object. So let's make sure that it's aligned with the 0. It's right where it should be, even though it goes a little over, because it says to estimate to the nearest centimeter. It's okay. And then the end of the matchstick is around here at 4 centimeters. Now if you count, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 centimeters long. So basically the ruler helps us to measure the distance or length or width of something. Now let's try number 3. Let's make sure the end is aligned at the 0. Yep. And then we'll go all the way to the end of the pencil, and we'll find where this is closest to. It's closest to 15. So the pencil is 15 centimeters long. Now we have a feather. We'll start the base right here at 0, and the feather ends at around 7 centimeters. You can count. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And 1 centimeter, the length of 1 centimeter is always going to be the same. So we have 7 of those centimeters. That's how long the feather is. Now we'll move on to arrays. We have these different arrays shown. Let's start with the first example, number 1. We have these squares. So let's count the number of rows and columns we have. This is a rows, it goes across, and columns are up and down. So we have 1, 2, 3 places, and we're going to write, if you look here, we have 1, 2, 3 columns. So we're going to add that count the arrays in an equal way. So because we have 3 columns, this will be column 1, this will be column 2, this will be column 3, and this will be the total. So let's look at column 1. This is column 1, and we have 4 squares. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 4 squares in column 1. And let's look at column 2 right here. We have 4 squares again, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll put a 4. And then go to column 3, right here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 squares again. So we're adding 4 plus 4 plus 4. And if you count, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 squares in total. So that's how you count and make an equation for the array. Let's try another one. Let's do number 3. So again, we have 2 places to write our add-ins. We have 1, 2 right here, or I'll do it in red. And then again, this will be the total amount of diamonds we have. Again, if you look here, we have 1, 2 columns here. So let's name this column 1. If you count all the diamonds, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 diamonds in column 1. And in column 2, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 diamonds again. So we have 5 plus 5, which equals 10. If you count, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's do one last one. We have number 5. We're given 4 stars and we're going to make an equation. So each add-in is always going to be the column. So columns are vertical, right? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. If you look here, our column 1 only has 1 star. And our column 2 also has 1 star. And our column 3 also has 1 star. And our column 4 has 1 star. Oops. Column 4 has 1 star. So 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 equals 4. If you count, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 stars. So that's how you make an equation using the arrays. And we'll move on to word problems, our last section. Let's do number 3. Cameron spent 18 minutes on solving math problems and 15 minutes on reading for homework. How long did Cameron spend on homework? So let's circle the math parts of the question that were given. So Cameron spent 8 minutes on math problems and 15 minutes on reading. So if you want to find out the total amount Cameron spent on homework, we're going to have to add. So let's add 18 plus 15. 8 plus 5 equals 13. We'll put the 3 here and regroup the 1, the 10. So we have 1 plus 1, which equals 2, and 2 plus 1 equals 3. So Cameron spent 33 minutes on homework. So I hope this was helpful for you guys, and thank you guys for watching.